Hey everyone, it's Tim here, and in today's video we've got part 2 of my How to Sound a Little Bit Like Elton John. We're going to be unpacking a few songs from this book. It's my anthology. A few people have asked me where I got this book from. It is so battered. I actually got it in 1988. It was given to me when I was just starting to learn piano, so I don't even know if it's around anymore. But all the songs I'm going to be referencing you can obviously find anywhere, and many of you will know really well. Alright, now remember to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this series, please. And if you want to find part 1, you'll be able to see it up here in one of these links. All right, so in today's part 2, we're going to be talking about how Elton loves to use broken chords as accompaniment or melodies. So instead of just straight playing this kind of thing, he'll do this. And the best example I've got of that first up is from Tiny Dancer, and it happens right at the beginning. So we hear this kind of thing. Now all that is just a C chord and an F chord with the C in the left hand again. So he could have done this. Far less interesting than... And then he continues that as the accompaniment as well. LA lady seems just for the best. So he keeps it's a very simple accompaniment technique of just kind of mucking around and playing the single notes of a chord instead of playing the chord itself. So that's one example. He also does this right at the start of Your Song, one of everybody's favorites. So this. It's just a series of broken chords that he's arpeggiated. He could have just done this. Something, but he's added a little bit of rhythm, but it's the same notes. It's just a broken chord, E flat broken chord, A flat broken chord. So at the end of this video, I'm going to give you some examples of how you can actually try adding this to your own playing or composing. So that's the second example. 2 more for you. Rocketman as well uses this technique. Let's have a look. So just at the end of the first part, I guess, we have and I'm gonna get high as a kite by then. Now here's where he starts mucking around with arpeggiated chords again. So all that is just filling, really. He's just got an F chord with an A in the left hand, and then an F chord. So if you've ever tried to read this kind of complex notation of pop song accompaniments or melodies with all the different rhythmic patterns and things like that, it's just Elton going... So you don't have to be perfect with it. It's just an arpeggiated version of those 2 chords, and he does it a lot, as we can see. My last example is actually from a lesser known song called Border Song. And this happens again right at the start of Border Song. We get this. So again, it's just a C chord, moving to an F chord, and then back again. Great song if you're not familiar with it, by the way. It was sampled by some rap artists, and in one of my future videos I'm going to be actually unpacking that very song. But Border Song as well uses that. So let's try doing this with our own progression. For those of you who aren't familiar, I've got a great framework about how to create your own chord progressions. It's called 4-chord composing, and you can find it at the link topmusic.co/chords. Go and check it out if you're unsure. But what that will do is help you create your own 4-chord progression. So I'm going to take a 4-chord progression. We're going to use a chord progression in the key of C. We're going to go A minor to F, and then to C, and then to G. It's a really common pop song progression. It's one of my favorites, actually. So just in root position, if you're still new to chords or you're teaching this, A minor root position, F and C, and then G. So what I thought we'd do is we could try doing this in the style of Elton John. So let's go back to Tiny Dancer, where we had this. let's see if we can add that as a bit of a style to the chord progression that we're using. So A minor. So can we do this with the A minor chord progression? Well, let's try it. So absolutely we can, using exactly the same tactic. And then the C chord. Sorry. C. And you could muck around with that heaps, and that doesn't have to be the way. You could do it. You could do down. Whatever you want, up, down, muck around with it. It's a really simple tactic. Or we could try that same progression with the border song style. So we're going to start with A minor. So we could do something like A minor, moving to the C or something like that. You know, just take these as ideas that you can use in your own composition, or if you're playing a chord progression of some other piece of music, you might be able to use that arpeggiated accompaniment style just like Elton John does. It's super simple. Take the chord and play through the notes separately. Doesn't have to go up or down, it could mix them up. So in A minor. And the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it, the more fluent it will become, and the more you'll hear it in a lot of other songs. Elton isn't the only person that does it. If you've enjoyed today's little sneak peek, then make sure you hit the bell icon to get notified when we go live. And please leave a comment. What other techniques have you seen Elton John use? Have you tried this one in your own playing? And once you've given it a go, make sure you let me know how it's gone. If you've got any other questions, leave them below. See you in the next video.